Hi guys, I'm Mariah of Harvest and Moon. I'm a tarot reader based in Charlotte, North Carolina, and today we're going to talk about the Ace of Cups. Before I really get into the specifics of this card, I do want to explain what the cup suit represents and how that plays into tarot in general. Tarot has two main segments: the major arcana, which are 22 major life lessons that you learn, and then the minor arcana, which are day-to-day actions that you experience in your life in order to fulfill your life lessons of the major arcana. Cup suit is one of 4 suits that is all about your emotional space, your relationship to others, your spiritual connection, and healing and nourishment in general. Right now, as we are going through these Black Lives Matter protests, we are experiencing an Ace of Cups moment, and that is why I want to speak on this card today. I will be referencing 2 different decks throughout this video. The first is the original Rider-Waite Smith deck. Now, we call this the original, even though tarot has been around since the 1400s, and this deck was illustrated in 1904, because Pamela Smith, the Black queer woman that illustrated this deck, was the first person that ever illustrated the minor arcana cards. So since it's the first really full deck, we call this the original tarot deck. Most tarot decks that are available now are based on her drawings. I will also be referencing Lisa Sterle's Modern Witch Tarot deck. It stays very true to Pamela Smith's vision. However, it is more updated, it's more colorful, and I find that it helps people connect tarot to modern day a little bit easier. So I will be talking about both of these throughout this video. So let's go ahead and dive into the symbolism of the Ace of Cups, and while we are doing that, we'll talk about the meaning as well. What you may notice right off the bat of these cards is that there is a hand holding a cup. Now, this is meant to be the hand of God, and the idea here is that God or spirit or universe is presenting you with this healing opportunity. However, they're not going to just hand it to you. You have to go out there. You have to grab that cup. You have to experience these nourishing waters by taking action. And here we're specifically talking about being receptive. Ace of Cups is a feminine card, and we see that in Lisa Sterle's interpretation. God is actually a woman in this case, but it is an element about opening yourself up to being receptive to healing. In the original card, we see 5 streams coming out of this cup, and these are meant to represent our 5 senses. What do you see? What do you smell? What do you touch? What do you hear? What do you taste? Now, this is important because while you are staying receptive to these healing waters, you also have to stay present, and you can do that by paying attention to your sensory experiences and by making sure that you are having sensory experiences that feel pleasurable. Now, I find the Black Lives Matter movement to be such an Ace of Cups moment because we are experiencing creativity as a means for social justice. Now, this is not the first time this has happened, but Black Lives Matter specifically does such a good job of incorporating art and social justice and social commentary, and that is very Ace of Cups. It's very much a visual experience. It's very much the opportunity to talk to people because of art and to communicate, and that's so very Ace of Cups. Just like with all aces throughout tarot, this is not certain healing or certain nourishment. In fact, it is just the opportunity, and it does take our work and our receptiveness in order to make this healing moment happen. But it is probable, and so if you were to pull Ace of Cups with, let's say, a new relationship, a new job opportunity, this is a really good card. It does tell you to give it time and see how it works out, but also know that it's worth investing energy into. In these 2 interpretations of Ace of Cups, while they are very, very similar, we can tell there's a different thing above the cup. So here in the original Rider-Waite Smith deck, we see the dove holding Eucharist or that communion bread. The idea here is, you know, the bread, the wine, the idea of turning water into wine, the idea of the wine representing the blood. There's a lot of spiritual context and symbolism that went into this card, whereas Lisa Sterle just has a heart which I think also has a lot of commentary there as far as the greatest of these is love. Just choose love. And I really like this interpretation because it is a choice to choose love, to choose nourishment. And so I think that Lisa Sterle did a really good job of creating a modern take on this. I also notice that Lisa Sterle really does a good job of making sure this is an illumination point. This is also present in the Pamela Smith deck. It's just not as high of a contrast, but it does very much represent an Ace of Cups moment, which is a lot of illumination. It's like your eyes are open. And again, we're seeing this throughout the Black Lives Matter movement. It is an eye-opening experience for a lot of people to talk about racism, to know that there is such pain, and to know that there's work that needs to be done in order to create healing. Getting the Ace of Cups in a tarot reading. First and foremost, Ace of Cups can represent pregnancy. I mean, the cup is supposed to be representative of the Holy Grail. This can be a womb. It's a whole thing. So if you are somebody who does not want to get pregnant, when the Ace of Cups comes up, make sure that you are paying extra attention to your fertility. For all other readings, career, household opportunities, job opportunities, anything like that, the Ace of Cups says this is an opportunity worth investing in. However, you have to create sensory experiences to find out if this is really going to be the healing and nourishment that you are wanting and that you are hoping for. So if you are newly thinking about dating somebody, go to dinner, create sensory experiences, right? Eat together, listen to music together, create art together. If you are married, again, go on date nights. Time to really reconnect with one another. This is something that comes up after a lot of passion and a lot of anger and feelings of burnout. So if you are married and this is coming up, it's definitely time to start fresh, to start something new for both of you. If this is a job opportunity, again, ask questions. Go to lunch dates with people, meet with people, and start talking about what is available to you, or if this is an experience that you want. And then as far as household goes, like if you were thinking about moving to an apartment and this card comes up, in general, it's probably a yes, but you need to learn a little bit more. When I am doing a yes or no spread, should I move here? Should I date this person? Should I take on this experience? I consider the Cups cards to be my hell yes. So for me, when I get an Ace of Cups card in a yes or no reading, I'm like, ooh, yes. But in general, if this were to come up, because it's so new, we do need to explore the idea a little bit more and specifically ask ourselves questions such as, how do we want to feel? Is this something that we want? What do I know intuitively about this? Because you are going to have some awakening moment, and intuition will probably play a big role. That's the end of this video on the Ace of Cups. I'd love to know what you noticed, what you learned, if you've experienced any Ace of Cups moments, or if you have any questions. Just leave those in the comments below. Please remember that tarot takes time to learn. So be patient with yourself while you're learning this new skill.